With all the dread and woe of 2019, it's time to look back at some of the most memorable parts of 2019, especially for us, since it's been a pretty crazy period. Let's dive in. Hey buddies, it's Will of DAGames, and I actually look pretty fresh today, not gonna lie. I feel fresh, and I think it's just coming to the end of the year and figuring out, wow, we've been through quite a lot. I mean, for starters, this has been one of the most trickiest years, probably one of the biggest roller coasters of this year, to be fair. Reflecting on it all, I've been through some shit. I've been through a lot. I've had to move house on the regular. I've had a lot of personal gripes, at least a lot of financial institutions that have been really sucky this year, like, no joking. It's been really bad. Been in hospital a few times. I had professional therapy, which was pretty cool. I've been on and off pills consistently, and it's just been a massive roller coaster of uncertainty. So that has been a bit of a damper of 2019. But if you want to look at it from the other end, there have been a lot of positives that we really can't ignore, honestly. And the more we think about it, it's actually rounded up to be a pretty crazy year in terms of greatness and bad. So I guess this is a normal year. I guess the latter half of the year, like at least the current time of year, is actually really good, so I get to reflect. That's always the case with every single year that always comes. You know, we always dread the year to end, and then when it gets to the end, we're always looking back like, I want to relive the good things again. So let's recap. January, we released Hibernation and I believe Meet Thy Maker, or was that in February? I think we just released Hibernation in January. That was a pretty crazy one. And we also kicked off the year with 3 weeks, 3 states. So I went to Maryland, I went to Arizona, and I went to Texas. Like, at least those 3, I got to go around with Sophie, which in February, if we come up to it, not only did we release Trinity and Meet Thy Maker, but it's when I got together with Sophie, my current partner, and couldn't be more happy about the, well, we've had a bit of an obstacle as of recent, but otherwise we love each other to pieces, and we've been going through hell and back, and I think that's a prime testament. I think we've done really well. Can't wait to see what more years we have for each other. It's just been really fun. I think the most scarring part of the year was in like March, and ironically we did quite a lot then too. During that scarring period, we started work on the Baldi's Basics song, and we also released Eternal Swing, which was the Bendy CD. That was really successful, and we couldn't be more thankful for that, even if we tried, seriously. We got a new FNAF game, we got FNAF VR, which was probably one of my favorite FNAFs of all time, which spawned me to make a song for it called Parasite, which was a previous Iris song, Obsession, but I changed it because it just didn't mold with the album. Trust me, it just wouldn't have sounded nice, whereas on its own, it felt alright. We started delving into Heart of an Artist Resurrection with at least 2 remasters, but again, that's difficult. We're probably going to put that on the pedestal for quite a while, just away. How could I forget? April, Insomnia. I met up with the lads and we went to Insomnia. I think that was our last one, to be fair. Or was it? No, there was one in August, I believe. It was August. I'm remembering now. Okay. But yeah, Insomnia in April, that was really cool. That was like our first convention that we kicked off with. Aside from like PAX South, which was in Texas when we were at time in Texas, but we weren't officially there. We were just running around having fun. But first official con of the year was Insomnia. And that was a great turnaround, and we absolutely adored everybody who came to us and showed their support. It's been an amazing time to see you guys. Which brings us to MomoCon in May. And during that period, we released United We Stand as a remake. Because originally, it was for an AMV concert in MomoCon. And a bunch of AMV people, you know what an AMV is. You know what that is. I don't have to explain it. Google it anyway, fuck it. People could put in a request for an AMV to like do to one of the musician's songs. And one of those was supposed to be I'm on the Hunt for me. And so you might have gotten an I'm on the Hunt remaster, which I would have been happy for, but I got a little bit through and they canceled and it changed to United We Stand, and I'm like, wow, I don't have the stems for that. Neither did I with Monster Hunter I'm on the Hunt, so I'm like, guess we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board. And come the remaster, and we got to do that, which was really cool. And MomoCon as a whole. That was MomoCon and Too Many Games are always my favorite ones. Speaking of Too Many Games, that was to happen in June. And throughout that process, I think we were moving house as well. So directly after Too Many Games, we had to move house. June's always really busy. We always have to move during that time, and it's really annoying. Hopefully that doesn't happen this year. I just want to stay still in June this year. Please, I'm begging you. So that makes 2 concerts so far that we did, which was really cool. Thankfully, most of the conventions that we went to were initially funded by the convention as well. So that's how we got help in getting there. There was a lot of misconception. A lot of people were like, wait, I thought you were going through money problems. Exactly. I still am. Just a lot of it was supplied by the convention. Thankfully, they blessed us with that help. So thank you very much for that. Because we still want to meet you guys. I think July was a pretty dead month for us. we just kind of sat still for a while. I think I was still going through some mental ruts at that time, and I was just getting back into the kick of it. And I think that's when Minecraft started kicking off. August happened, and we got to do a concert in Nashville, NPC. It was such a cool concert, because like most of the nerdcore musicians that I've come to know and love were there, and a bunch of friends were there too, and we got to perform in a little miniature event. It wasn't a big stadium, it wasn't a big auditorium, it was like a small little outside area, which was really cool. Like, it was so different. I enjoyed it, and I really hope they do something like that next year. If not, obviously we grow bigger every time. Shortly afterwards was when I was to take my 3-week vacation from anything to do with DAGames, and in that time I started writing a bunch of material. I was super happy about the material that was written, and in comes September. Oh, I forgot, June we released We Want Out. That was a really hard-hitting song for a lot of people, and we were really happy to release that. I think somewhere in July or August. In fact, I've got the listing here. July, we released Cold Man as a single as well, which was really cool. And April, we released Override and Conquer. We'll talk about Irish stuff soon, because it'll lead up, trust me. But somewhere around August, September time, afterwards, it was September. I think it was all of September, wait. I can clarify this. Back to back throughout September, we had Looking for a Showdown, which was the Showdown Bandit song. That did really well, and we were surprised it would, because, I mean, as much as it was tied to Bendy, we didn't really expect it to do miracles, but it somehow did again, and we were really thankful for that too. There's a lot to be thankful for. And in come the Minecraft song Diamond in the Rough. Ironically, while it did amazing, it didn't do as well as Looking for a Showdown. And that surprised me, because I thought Minecraft was the bee's knees. I thought it was going to be an eternal bee's knees for a long time, but I guess not. I guess everybody was oversaturated by it. Maybe they waited too long. Maybe they just weren't expecting it. Or maybe it didn't appear in the sub box. There's a lot of different reasons, but we're glad that it all did well, either the same. Now, the big month. The big month that happened for us, October, which was the release for Goliath's Throne. Yeah, see? I windled all the singles around. Windled? I'm not good with words today, I'm sorry. Goliath's Throne came out. It did absolutely wonderful. I know it's not DAGames. It's not going to get the numbers that DAGames had. But for what it had, it was marvelous. And for the devotion of the audience, it was wonderful. A lot of people seem to like Goliath in a way, but they like to sort of see him as some heroic figure. And it's the wrong way of looking at it, I'm afraid. There's some memes going around right now where one of them was like, oh, praise the Goliath. Will. No. But anyway, for what it did, it was absolutely marvelous. And Mr. Crooked, which, to be fair, we finished during the Eternal Swing, because it was an exclusive track for Eternal Swing. So when that released, I think people tried leaking it for a while. We heavily shut them down, I guess, which was really cool. And then finally it was available digitally during October. I think it was like a day before Goliath's Throne it was officially released. Or was it a day after? Was it on Halloween? It's a vague time. My mind's all over the place. But somewhere around that time was the time where I went to MCM London to meet a bunch of my close friends as well. And we had a massive blast there. Seriously, it's all been wonderful. We've absolutely loved it. October was our finer month, I think. September and October. November comes, and we go to Social in the City, the Winter Edition, which is just 5 minutes down the road. And I got to do it with Dan Bull, Stupendium, and Rustage, and all our friends surrounding it. So it was absolutely fantastic. Got to meet Coder again, and he's a wonderful dude. I love him to pieces. I'll go through all the friends, I think, afterwards, because I think they need a lot of props for this year, just sticking around for as long as they did. And there's a lot, so if I forget any names, it's not that you're not important, and it's not that you weren't part of it at all. You definitely were. I just hope that you remember that. Please do. So yeah, November, Social in the City. Kinda dead, but I reckon that was down to a lot of us didn't really promote it too much. But we got to hang out, and it was really, really fun. We want to try do it next year, and try more conventions next year, but that's later. Now it's December, and we're releasing Press Start Together, which is a really cool thing to do. We've had that song in the works since 2018. It wasn't fully finished, so we decided to use a segment of the instrumental, ironically, all the way through the Let's Plays. So for you guys who watch the Let's Plays all the way through, or at least maybe skimmed to get to the better parts and then see the ending part, well done. You caught on to the reference. For the rest of you who don't watch the gameplays, you missed out, I guess. You missed out. But now you know, which is cool. We're working on the physical for the basic edition of Goliath's Throne. I was hoping to release them both at the same time, but we still haven't finished anything for the deluxe edition because I can't force material. I tried, and now I'm burned out. And now everything just seems... Next time, I'm going to have a lot of material prepped. So I'm going to have more than the official track list and then decide what goes in it and what this stays as a deluxe. Next time I'll try it. But as far as the deluxe edition goes, I gotta wait for stuff before that happens. But at least you get the physical of the basic edition, which is awesome. Oh, how could I forget? How could I forget? November, I got my hamsters. I got my 2 lovely little hamsters, and they've been a massive joy for me. I reckon that's kind of why I've been a little happier, because I've got company, like proper company. I've got Chloe, who is our housemate, but also now I just have hamsters that I get to just kind of cuddle with whenever I want, and it's so nice. And it was my daughter's birthday, so she's turned 9, and we hosted her a big party. She says it was the best party she ever had, and we get to see her in Christmas time as well this month again, so hell yeah. We're doing good. And there's a brand new project that'll be released sometime in the middle of December. It's still kind of early on, so we got a lot of time, but we can't say what it is yet. There'll be a video trailer about it closer to the time, but we'll start doing videos on that channel soon. And we'll let you know soon enough. And it's with another great friend that you know and love. And that's it. We've still got a few days left. We've got Christmas, and then 2020 comes in. The new year. So looking back at it, oh wow. We've really done a lot. It's fucking marvelous. And just want to say thank you so much for joining us on this journey. A lot's changed. A lot has changed. Especially in terms of maturity, I kind of feel like we've started taking things on a little headstrong. I've been through some of the darker periods of my life and conquered them, it seems. It's weird how we managed to do that. We had no hope, absolutely no hope in getting out of those ruts, but we did. And it was down to all our family, all our friends, and you guys. So, victory. Speaking of friends, I want to talk about a few of those. Well, for starters, the entire DA crew. They've had a big year as well when it comes to all the successes that we've been having. You know, Chris and me have been starting to do Let's Plays together. Actually, as of doing this video, I'll be recording another one with him, so that's cool. Sean and Christian have been working super hard on the lyric videos this year. It's been amazing, and especially that Sean's been working on some of the edits for our Let's Plays. Kind of one of our secondary editors now, which is amazing. I say amazing, but there's no other word to describe it. That's the word. May's been doing some really good DAGames animated as of late, and actually, speaking of, YouTube Rewind just came out, and part of one of the episodes that he worked on with a channel called Pencilmation, he works for them too. Part of his animation actually just went up on YouTube Rewind in the Pencilmation section. So he got a bit of exposure. That's awesome. Keyframe's been wading in and out of a lot of things. She's been working on a lot of different designs and all just standing by our side, doing the album covers for us, doing all the little designs for our thumbnails, and just generally being an amazing spot all around. I know you're going through a lot of troubles right now, and I love you to pieces. Just hang in there, please. Sophie, my loving partner, we've been through so much, and we still are. It's a tough ride for all of us. Long distance relationships can be the pinnacle of disaster, but the fact that we were able to make through with all of our promises on that one, I love you to pieces, and I just want us to continue being better. Dex, my main man Dex. I mean, we're doing lots of things together, buddy. It's gonna be really fun. And you've been such an amazing spot to me as of recent, especially in my darker times. You always find a way to lift me up. You always find a way to make me happy. And I hope I can do the same in return when we have those good times. So, looking forward to all the cool things in the future. Thanks so much for sticking around. Chloe, who's going through a lot of troubles at the moment, has been stuck through this entire year with me, and it's been insane. I hope you get through all your struggles as well. It's been a lot of life change for you, but I believe in you to stay motivated just that little longer to get that dream come true for you. The science bitches, I mean, it's been a while since we've kind of come together, but MCM was absolutely amazing. Seriously, thanks for having a great time, and thanks for just having me along with the ride. And thanks for helping us move into this house, by the way. Legit, that was nuts. We all hurt that day, or that week at least, the few days that we had, but still, thank you for that. I hope you guys do well too. 8-Bit Ryan, Darko, Baz, Raz, I mean, with the chats that we all have, it's been a roller coaster too. Everybody's been going through a lot of things, but I've also seen a lot of prosperity in all of you. Raz became a father. Ryan is doing amazing things as of recent. I can't really say much. I don't know if I can say much about it, but I know he's been doing stuff. Darko got to go to America for the first time and be with Markiplier and MatPat doing the charity stream. They managed to raise over $1 million. That's incredible. And Baz has been working alongside Ryan and also starting up with some brand new material as well in the form of like creepypasta reads, I think. I would check those out because he's definitely like been through a whirlwind, and I really think he deserves a lot of success too. All of you, you've been freaking wonderful to me. You've been able to tell me when I need to hear the words no and yes, and you've guided me through a lot of this. You're awesome too. Thank you. The musician squad, you know, I've been working with a lot of different musicians as of recent. For starters, I mean, I had Adrisaurus, Family Jewels. I've been working with Caleb Hiles a bit more, Chi-Chi, Squiggly Dig as of recent. I mean, that was really cool. B-Slick, JT Machinima, Dan Bull. I mean, the list goes on in terms of who we've worked with. And then obviously who I've met, you know, Daddy Fat Snaps, Rocket Gaming, Charlie at CG5, Rustage, Stupendium. God, I mean, the list just keeps going and going and going and going and going. Camp and Video Game Rap Battles, Wiblet, Vic McKnight. I mean, we made a song together. Dude, I love you. And Oreo and Cammy Cat and Genuine and Deusta and Wardock, Kathy Chan, DJ Sen, Tombstone, Ninorama, Music Glide. If I mention Caleb beforehand, then I'll cut this out, but if not, Caleb, don't know why I'd be ashamed of mentioning him twice. He's a lovable bear. But genuinely, just like to nearly all the musicians that I've worked with in the field, legit, thank you also for sticking through my trials and tribulations. You've been wonderful people. Dolvando, yes, there we go. Could be more thankful for you in the world. Legit, I can't wait to work with more of you who haven't been mentioned as of recent. Again, it's not that I don't care for you, because you're amazing people. I love you to pieces. Maybe we can fix that as we work through 2020. I'd love to work with some more of you guys. And you, the viewer, the avid viewer, who probably watches more than the music. I mean, you probably do because you're watching this video right now, which is shocking. You know, at one point we thought we were gonna die out, but we were doing really well as of recent, so hi, you passed us through to 1.5 million, and also got Build Our Machine to 100 million views, and I believe 1 million likes? That's huge. That's not even accounting for the iTunes sales. We almost got a platinum when it came to Build Our Machine. That is our Nickelback rock star now, I think. That's it. We can't reach any higher. And all the previous songs that we did as well. Like, all of those songs have been, you know, spiraling up there. They've kept us supported for so long. And I'm so glad that even the new material is helping divulge in that too. So thanks for that. Thanks for supporting us through every other project that we've done, like our Let's Plays and Iris and streams. We want to try to do more, but we can't promise it either. Coming along to the conventions, your amazing fan art and your amazing devotion in the Discord servers, and donations in the super chats, just anything that you ever do for DA is always appreciated, and we couldn't have made it without you guys. Well, of course, it takes us making the work, but you guys watching us and just sticking around through us means the absolute world. And we hope that at least a lot of you will continue with us through 2020. Speaking of, let's work through that. Well, for starters, there's two things that I kind of want to work on. One, I want to write a novel. That'd be pretty sweet. And two, I'd like to make a game. Two of these things, and the reason being, for a lot of YouTubers out there, I give you this piece of advice. For at least in a time and year like this, never put your eggs in one basket. And what I mean by that is a lot of us have put a lot of emphasis on YouTube being our primary thing, and we haven't spent enough time exploring outside of YouTube, doing things outside, which I think is healthy right now, because next thing you know, I've been panicking less about YouTube as of recent, because I've been avoiding the panic spree. But there may come a point where it might be a possibility. Might is very small, but we can't take that out of consideration. It is a big deal if that happens. So with the resources of what you've got, picture YouTube as a portfolio. Picture that as your place where you get to make all the content you desire, and boom, you have that to show for the next agency that you meet up with. That is about contacts then. And it's about having friends. It's about being just a generally nice person, generally supportive person. You rub off that effect with everybody else, and you might even get to so many different places through that. It's better doing that than being an ass your whole life. Take it from a guy who knows how to be an ass and how not to. I've been through a lot. I had to learn a lot, and I hate it. But I want you guys to expand too. I want you guys to go out there and do awesome things, and hopefully not get backdrafted in, you know, whatever happens with YouTube, whether it be another apocalypse or whether it be a complete shutdown altogether. Let's pray that doesn't happen. But if it does, have your resources in check. That's why I want to work on the novel that I'm doing. That's why I want to work on a brand new video game as well with a ton of great people. I also want to focus on streaming services. I want to actually make a series, if you will. I want to make a cartoon series, a comedy. Expanding from a previous series that we did a while ago, I want to kind of bring that into the fray as well. There are a few other YouTube related projects that we're working on, but again, we're not really able to talk about that until, I guess, next week. I mean, see is real soon on that one. But we want to go to more conventions too. We want to go to do concerts more. We're looking into trying to tour around America. Ooh, that'd be cool. But we have to find the right agencies. And if there are any out there, we'd be super interested in hitting you guys up and getting a tour going. But we also need to know how many people would want to come to this and what the big demographic states are. We know Chicago's a big one, and we'd love to go there at some point, but we can't yet because we're still unsure about whether anybody wants us there. Once we know and we have some form of deal put in place, we might have some tours. Who knows? You know, kind of a mix between music and comedy. You know, I get to do a bit of both. I don't think that's ever been happened before. Unless you're talking about a regular talk show, which that sometimes happens, but who knows? There's a lot of things we're looking forward to. There's a lot of things we're not looking forward to, which is a very uncertain future. Whether the financial disruption comes back up again and some strange bizarre thing happens that sends us all loopy again, we don't know. We hope that doesn't happen, and we'll hope we're more prepared this time. But some of the things that we thought about going forward might not exactly work. We might end up having to cook it a little more, but it's not a total failure all the time, and I reckon one of those will be successful in some way. At least we get to do it and have fun with it, and that's the main focus. All of us at DAGames, we want to work. We want to do so much more for you guys, and just for our own well-being, we want to have fun. So, TLDR, I guess, business as usual, just expanded a bit more and doing more of it. Overall, we wouldn't even be thinking about these projects. We wouldn't have the ability to think about these projects and pursue these projects if we completely ignored the idea that it was you guys that pushed us to this. Iris is gonna take a bit of a break, I think, as far as music in general. We want to put a bit more love next year into DAGames. We realize that's our breadwinner, but we also realize it's what you guys want. So it's a 2 birds in 1 stone, or 3 eagles with 1 boulder. I don't, whatever. So for 2019, thank you once again from the bottom of my heart for sticking through with us. We hope you'll continue through 2020 with us, as we want to do that with you. Anyway, gonna get going. Got a lot of things to work on. Stay tuned for future updates, and thank you. We'll see you very soon. Peace out!